city of Hangzhou is known for its stunning architecture and its history. Look at this Greenland Center with its distinctive shape. All these landmarks dotted around the city. There's the Intercontinental and Westlake Canal as well. And a distinctive Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center forms our backdrop for the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2025. The very best players from around the world are gathered here right now. We're at the end of the group stages today. Tomorrow will be the semi-finals, and on Sunday it culminates in our finals. Within each day of the group stages, it is split into 2 sessions. Session 2 today will start at 5 p.m. Well, you can see the trophy there on the big screen. That's what they're all gunning for, these players. And of course, all that comes with it, including record prize money. Trophy brought in today by the competition team member of the Chinese Badminton Association, Sun Min. What an honor for her to get her hands on that trophy. Who will be lifting that on Sunday? Remember, it's the best 8 players from each category after a year's good work. This is the order of play here. Session 1. We start with Putri Kusuma Wardani, the World Championship bronze medalist from Indonesia, against Tomoka Miyazaki of Japan. Neither one of them can get through. It's a straight shootout for 3rd place and a little bit more prize money and some pride as well. We move into the women's singles. 2 of the best players in the world, 2 former world champions as well. An Se-young with 10 titles to her name, going for a record. She's up against Akane Yamaguchi, who's the current world champion as well. She's got 2 titles this year, the Korea and Arctic Opens. Women's doubles, Perlitan and Tina Muralitharan. They've got 3 titles this year, most recently the Kumamoto Masters. They're the world championship runners-up. They're playing Yuki Fukushima and Mayu Matsumoto. A lot riding on this match for the Japanese. They need to win it. They have got 2 titles this year, including the French Open Super 750. We'll end things with the women's doubles. Baek Ha-na and Lee So-hee. They've got a big task at hand. They have to win here today against Chinese Taipei's Xie Pei-shan and Hung Eun-soo, who are already out. But they're going to make things difficult. They certainly did that yesterday as well, didn't they? This is what's happening in session 2. Christo Popper, what a result he got against Anders Antonsen. Kunlavut Vititsan and Anders Antonsen also doing battle later on. That one is going to be a corker as well, I'm sure. Group A, this is how things stand. As we mentioned, the top 2 have already qualified, so they're really playing for who finishes 1st and 2nd. No particular benefit, of course. There will be a draw for the next round, the semi-finals, but between Wardani and Miyazaki, it's about who finishes 3rd and 4th, bottom of the group.
接下来，让我们掌声欢迎运动员入场。
Let's welcome the players.
1号场地女子单打
Court 1, Women's Singles.
来自泰国的英达农。
Ratchanok Intanong from Thailand.
对阵来自中国的韩悦
versus Han Yue from China.
So there are players making their way through into the venue. With me here is Bobby Griffin as we look ahead to this match. Putri Kusuma Wardani and Tomoka Miyazaki. Bobby, they're not playing for anything apart from finishing third and fourth. There's still a lot on the line, isn't there?
Yeah, well, there is. Thanks, Shazad. There's a $15,000 difference between finishing third and fourth in the World Tour Finals groups, which I'd find quite important, but perhaps the superstars of Asian badminton are on different commercial deals than perhaps a lot of European players. So I think that would make a difference to many players. I don't know if that is in their minds here. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. What is important, of course, is world rankings moving into the next few years as well. There's a lot riding on January's performances for both of them. They both performed pretty well in Malaysia or India, the Indonesia Masters, all happening across the first 5 or 6 weeks of the new year. And form going into those will be important. They're bolstered in their rankings by those performances too. So, you know, there is all of that in mind, but you're right, in terms of the World Tour Finals this week, their dreams of making it any further are already over.
And I guess no one really likes finishing bottom of a group anyway, right?
Absolutely, yeah. That's the other thing, there's pride at stake.
Yeah, absolutely right. Oh, and by the way, very good morning. Good to have you with us as well. With me this morning, nice to have some company.
Pleasure to be here.
So, in terms of results, it hasn't been great. We're going to be looking at how it's panned out. Though Wardani, I think, is going to look back with maybe a tinge of regret. Taking a game off Hangzhou Young and doing that quite comprehensively is always something to shout about.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it really meant anything to Hangzhou at the time.
No.
If it was a deciding game, as we saw,
correct.
Very different.
So here is the head-to-head. It stands at 3 apiece, with Miyazaki winning the last encounter. That was at the French Open just under 2 months ago. Talk to us a little bit about the styles of these two.
Oh, bags of talent, both of them. I'd argue that Wardani relies a little bit more on her racket skills, whilst Miyazaki is very skillful as well. She's a very sort of all-round player, Miyazaki, in a similar style to Yamaguchi, perhaps without the retrieval abilities of Yamaguchi necessarily, and certainly lacks a lot of consistency at times. She can be amazing one moment and capitulates the next, but the same can be said of Wardani as well. As I said, terrific racket skills and good footwork in defence. Her technique in terms of that physical ability, that position she gets in, is actually very good and quite surprising. So, yeah, technically they're fantastic to watch.
Well, number 7, Putri Kusuma Wardani, who got the World Championship bronze medal, perhaps surprised a few in doing so, hasn't won a title this year. 2 runner-up finishes at the Hilo and Australian Opens. And there are her results. She's taken games off both Yamaguchi and Hangzhou Young, pushed both of them, and yeah, it took over an hour. So, look, they weren't consequential in the end, but it's a nice thing to have, right? You're pushing 2 of the best players in the world, just falling short. And we'll see the contrast here with Tomoka Miyazaki, one who's really starting to catch the eye over the last few years. 19 years of age from Osaka.
Yeah, she won the World Juniors, younger than her age group as well, which is always massively impressive. And she's been in fairly consistent form lately. certainly getting past first and second round in every tournament since the China Open, including the Worlds. 3-4 quarterfinal results since September, October, so it's pretty good. But Wardani in the final at Australia and Hilo recently is coming into this event in good form, but she's come up against An-Se-young and Yamaguchi.
Well, you just saw her results. Again, stark contrast to how her opponent played them. She was completely outplayed by An-Se-young yesterday, which could be a little demoralizing. Let's see if she can pick herself up today. How have you found the conditions in the evening here on court 2, Bobby?
It's fairly warm in the commentary box, but I've got a cup of tea. Oh, you mean on court? You mean on court? Sorry, Shazad.
It is warm up here, I agree.
Yeah, not very much to speak of, really. There's been very little left and right in terms of drift. Slightly faster end, but again, I don't think players of this level are really affected by it in any great shape.
Right, I agree, yeah. So it's been consistent in that sense from both sessions. There's Cody Leach of the United States as our umpire, Chiu Su-yun of China, the service judge.
I think just going back to look at the previous group stage matches, and whilst
ladies and gentlemen,
Wardani did take a game off Yamaguchi, the Japanese switched it on in the third like she had to, and both An-Se-young and Yamaguchi were experienced enough and of high enough quality to make sure they get through this group, and that was sort of job done.
To serve. Love all. Play.
Oh, that's already
Tomoka
going to get
Miyazaki
called for a challenge.
In.
Very early to be. She seems certain of it.
Yeah, she must feel pretty confident here. I would have thought, because I wouldn't want to waste a challenge on Love All in the first game.
Exactly.
You might need them later.
That's what I was wondering. Both of them playing in there. Oh, it is. It is wasted challenge in that sense.
Successful. One challenge remaining.
Their debut in the
service over.
World Tour finals.
Love. Play. Love.
Good start for Wardani already. She's really in a rhythm straight away, and that's impressive because you come off the practice courts. It's always very different to playing on the main courts here. It's huge ceilings, the crowd, the lights. To get a real feel and start hitting lines in the first couple of points is quite special.
First point on the board then for Miyazaki.
1-2.
Wardani taking the mantle this year of Indonesia's top singles player after a bit of a tough time for her compatriot.
Yeah, Tung Jung's played about half as many events as Wardani, and of course had a spell off with vertigo.
But seems to have had lasting effects, Bobby.
Yeah.
But she's taking it on well. You end up with a World Championship bronze medal.
Yeah, she's played very few events lately since the Worlds, and she was certainly still affected there, I would say. But round one exits in Europe, at Denmark and the French Open for Tung Jung.
Yeah.
But she came back the Kumamoto Masters in Japan and got to the final. So perhaps she's ready. Perhaps it's time now that she's back. But it's a shame physically for this year, because I think Tung Jung would have probably made the World Tour finals if she'd have had a consistent year physically.
4-2.
You look at what has been achieved by Wardani this year. 2 finals, Australian Hilo Opens.
Service over.
5 semi-finals, including
3,
the recent Southeast Asian Games.
4.
It's very, very competitive.
Miyazaki does a little dance here. It's just off camera. Slight frustration. She wears her heart on her sleeve, Miyazaki. That's what I like about her.
It's quite unusual, actually, for players in the region.
4 all.
I wonder if that will change if when she gets a little older, to put that sort of game face on. But for now, yeah, it's great to see.
I think there's an element of, as you get older, you've been there and done it. You've seen it all before. So all the things that
Service over.
are annoying her
5
at the moment, like net calls
4.
rolling back, or line calls that don't go away, and in the same way, those things that do go her way, I think they become less emotional.
Yeah.
Purely because it's become habit almost. You've seen it so many times, and so
Service
naturally, you control those emotions. I still like it though. I sort of wish that all of our players
A bit more, give a bit more in that sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Emote.
in certain circumstances, I like the sort of nonplussed, passive kind of. You know, you don't read much into Yamaguchi's emotions, Chen Yufei's emotions, Zhou Tianchen at times. We had the men's doubles
6,
last night, Man and T of
5.
Malaysia. I was really impressed by how calm they seem. So sort of, but not in a I don't care way. It's a I've come to work here. This doesn't matter. Win the first game. Yep. You know, just walk off court, ready
Service
for the next.
over.
It's interesting
6
because as that one we saw went long, we've seen Chen Tangchen and Toei Wei being told publicly by Novo Widianta to control those emotions, to rein it in. And I thought that used to work in their favor.
Yeah, certainly. Toei Wei is so charismatic, and Chen, perhaps. I mean, they
7.
split for a while.
Yeah.
Those
6.
two, and I think
Did them world of good in the end.
it did. Yeah.
What a shot that is from Wardani.
I think that's one of those things where perhaps you don't really know what you've got until it's gone, and you realise actually whatever the tensions between them were off court, whatever it might have been, and there's a job to do. They're a very nice pickup.
This is a great rally,
Service over.
but it's Miyazaki who wins the point.
That surprised Wardani at the fact she got both of these back so well.
She was stretching there, Wardani. Good start to this one.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see that these players are actually fully focused on the job to do here today, despite the fact they can't get through to the semi-finals.
7 quarterfinals for this player this year. A couple of semis, and of course she won the Taipei Open. More to come from Miyazaki, you feel?
Good footwork from Miyazaki.
8,
Good timing and a great
7.
shot.
Maybe a point to prove as well today after 2 big losses.
Yeah, she didn't reach double figures in either game against An Se-young. Good rally.
With a 2-point lead.
9, 7.
Great technique with the cross net from Wardani, but there's a couple of those mistimed shots in that round the head corner. Good serve. Challenge.
Oh,
Putri Kusuma Wardani
she had a
challenges.
long, hard look at that.
Ball in.
You've got to be confident
Yes.
in this instance because she was stood right there
Right, exactly.
all that time to watch it fall. The thing is, her gut instinct was to leave the shuttle, and the line judge called it out as well.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
So both have
10,
used
7.
a challenge each.
Play.
3 points now, the lead.
Fantastic overheads.
Service over. 8-10.
We saw the previous point how good a quality her cross net is, her technique, but she's also got those two weapons overhead. Hits the slice from either corner brilliantly, Wardani.
Had a quick look there, Miyazaki, and was actually wrong-footed, but Wardani can't execute. Miyazaki with a 3-point lead here. 11-8 in that first game.
I like the way she's picked up the shuttle, turned it upside down and placed it right on the tee, and then walked off and taken a little bow. There's a, I don't know, nice bit of tradition or a few missed shots there from Wardani. She had chances. I think if the scoreline was the other way around, we wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Miyazaki is taking this by the scruff of the neck just yet.
(11-8). Play. (12-8).
Well, this is starting to look quite good for Miyazaki. Got that all wrong.
Service over. 9-12.
She's certainly a player when she feels under pressure. You can really sort of push her off the edge of a cliff. Shouldn't feel too pressured here, though, at the moment.
No. Well, that's the thing, isn't it, Bobby? Going back to the point you made earlier, is
12.
when you kind of wear your heart on your sleeve and you know that Miyazaki's looking, and she does give that away quite quickly, that gives you a boost, doesn't it, as the opponent?
Yeah, I think as an opponent, you'd try and push that as far as you can. You'd try and exploit it, do everything you can to make it feel worse for your opponent.
12.
Right there, you're seeing it.
Yeah, when things are going right, Miyazaki will then show all these positive emotions.
Correct.
And that can be quite intimidating, I suppose, for an opponent.
So there's the flip side to it.
There is a flip side to it, but when things are going wrong, I think equally your opponent can then use that. You know, take a bit more time just to let it sink in, wind her up a little bit in certain situations. And I'm talking little niggly things. For example, one of my favourite things was, you know, let's say the score's 4-all. They're serving from the right box. I'd return the shuttle to the left box deliberately, and I'd do it on every point. For example, just something little.
Just like that, to get under.
Just to, you got to go and pick that up over there.
We're getting a little insight here.
Yeah. But that's the thing,
Yeah.
there are so many. I mean, we talk
that's
about
gamesmanship. I mean,
we talk about gamesmanship all the time. It's interesting how many times when, let's say, a player's got a 18-14 lead in the third, and your opponent makes 3 points on the bounce, and suddenly it's close and tense again.
What do? You have to.
It's funny how many times. Oh, the court needs mopping.
Correct.
The shuttle needs changing. My shoelaces need tying. I need a medical timeout.
Sure.
All part of the game.
Meanwhile, Wardani on a 5-point streak and is now in front, which has been excellent for a post-interval. Great shot.
Two great movers.
So that run comes to an end.
13.
He's dragged it back into contention. Imagine that. Our longest rally is at just 19 shots. It's been that kind of match so far.
Yeah, I think the nature of these two and how equally matched they are in terms of their court coverage and footwork means that shot, for example, you've got to play fairly close to the lines, because anything in court, your opponent will really counter-attack easily. So I can understand them going a little bit into the fine margins. Some of the winners that they've gone for and missed, however, I think could be questioned. But I'm not surprised. These rallies are fairly short, and I don't think we'll see all that many long rallies in this match.
That has been
Putri
challenged
Kusuma Wardani
by Wardani.
Called in.
Better use of a challenge, I think. Flatter shot. Bit more pace on the shuttle going long, I think, especially at this stage of the game when she was 4 points behind not that long ago. It's worth a look at the instant review.
Ah, well done.
Correction, out.
Good work.
Service over, 14 all.
So she's on the other side of the spectrum, as it were, in terms of giving anything away emotionally. Doesn't emote too much.
No, not
Wardani.
too much. And a little bit, not quite as obvious as Tungjung in what I'm about to say, but yeah, a little bit. She just gives a little sharp, like she did then. Little
those.
15
flip on the head with a racket, but
14.
and a little sort of bottom lip comes out slightly, but
And a little something smack to the head.
but I've always enjoyed Tungjung's character on court. She looks exhausted at 1-all in the first.
Always.
And like, as an opponent, you
16.
think, oh, she's
Right.
knackered, I've got her.
Correct.
But she's not. She's just her character.
Reminds me of Shiyuchi.
Yes, she's a bit like that. Sort of just the slow little walk.
Shattered.
And yeah, head down, as if he's
But
just
that lulls
walked.
you, isn't it, to this false sense of security.
Yeah, it was a 14-mile walk onto the court
Yes.
from the practice area or something.
Service over.
And yes, it does. It lulls you.
15,
Because suddenly,
16.
when they move on the court,
Right.
they are lightning fast.
Wow, this is a really tight game.
It's a good opener.
Yeah. Miyazaki just in front here.
Shot from Miyazaki.
Yeah. It's gone long. This is the slightly faster end. What she's got to be wary of.
I think so too. And there was a net shot in there from Miyazaki that just went up and down a bit too high, gave Wardani time to recover. Better net from Wardani. Gets a short lift. Good smash.
On her haunches there briefly, Miyazaki
17.
and Wardani
16.
gets the lead back. She's only had the lead briefly. Just a point or two here and there where she's been in front. Can she hold on now?
Oh, did that go over?
Service over,
Oh, did?
I think so.
17
I wasn't sure it did. That's a good view of it. It does just topple over. Oh. Frustration for Wardani.
Smallest of apologies from Miyazaki.
That's out. Disappointment there.
Service over,
Palpable.
18.
Just too many in her game.
Yes.
And it's not just today, it's every time we see her play.
Yeah, definitely noticed that as well.
I dread to think if she keeps all of them in, and they're really high quality shots, she could be devastating Miyazaki, because her court coverage is good, she's got good power, gets out of trouble nicely. She just can't seem to keep it all together.
Quite a few have gone long for Miyazaki.
19, 17.
2-point cushion here for Wardani.
Yeah, long and wide, particularly down the left side. Just missed times, especially in the round the head corner sometimes, gets a bit wild looking for the line. I think she'd surprise herself. That was a much better shot down the line initially.
20, game point, 17.
That's where you'd expect her to at least
Yeah,
keep it in.
Facing game points.
Yeah.
The initial one, she just took 5–10% pace off the shot and kept it in with quality. I think she'd surprise herself if she did that much more often and went for accuracy instead of power. How much more reward she'd get? Because I'm sure, I mean, she leaks so many points.
Yeah. 3 game points here for Wardani.
I mean, it'd be unfair to only apply this to Miyazaki's game, but if you put all of her attacking errors back in court, she's probably 5 points up here. But then you could say, well, you could do the same for Wardani, and perhaps she's up a little bit too.
But there have been a lot for Miyazaki, who loses this first game. Wardani, who's been behind about 85% of this game, surges at the right moment, had a 4-point run right at the end. It was 17 all.
Same old story with Miyazaki that we've been talking about for 18 months or so. Brilliant at times. Just unforced errors. Inconsistency there made the difference.
Oke ya, udah dari awal ya, jaga terus.
Second game, love all, play.
Just gesturing there, wasn't she?
Wardani,
and I think you alluded to that earlier. Just a little bit going on. It's not game-changing necessarily, is it? The conditions here on court 2. Like, I think there's been a bit more going on in court 1.
Yes, so I've heard. I mean, I've watched some highlights and some bits and pieces, but I've been on court 2 all week here, and so I don't know.
Service over.
But
1
these players
all
who play at the All England, play at the Axiata Arena in Malaysia,
Singapore.
Indonesia, Singapore. Some of these arenas are particularly drifty, and this one isn't bad at all.
Given how absolutely gargantuous this is as well, isn't
Yeah.
it? And this is, by the way, I mean, we've probably said this every time we come here, but this is an outstanding venue.
It's fantastic for badminton.
State of the art.
You could probably fit, what, 10,000 people in
here?
here?
Yeah, easy. And that's going to happen as this tournament progresses in the next few days. And yet, given how big it is, Bobby, the fact that we aren't talking about drift too much is great in that sense, that it's not playing such a massive role here.
Yeah, I think the bigger the arena, the more opportunities there are for drift.
Yeah.
Great shot. Body shot.
Over.
Sniper. Took out Miyazaki with a bullseye. I guess if you're looking at Jakarta or Kuala Lumpur, where a big tournament's being held, it's really hot.
Yes.
And so aircon is key.
Play, yeah, agreed.
And therefore, when you've got a dead arena when they're testing on warm-up day compared to 8,000 fans walking in and out of doors all day, and therefore one door's left open for a while, it creates that sort of circulation of draft and makes a huge difference. But because it's mid-December here, almost, or I don't know what the date is, I've been on the road.
Yes, it's mid-December.
It's fairly cool here, isn't it?
It is.
It's getting up to highs of 16, 18 degrees.
Like I said, fairly cool, but you know, you're an Englishman, so this is...
It's cold for you, isn't it?
This is pretty cold for me.
Night times are sort of 3-4 degrees. It is cold here.
Right now, you're right, it's 16, so this is actually quite nice.
Yes, so they don't need the air. What I was going with that is that there's not a lot of aircon in here.
No. It is a little warm where we are, but yes, it is.
And it's a very high quality sort of new arena with big heavy doors that are kept closed. The officials here are doing a good job, and you know, I think they manage that situation really well, considering the size of the place.
And by the way, it's going to go up to 22 a little bit later on today. That's positively warm. Wardani up by a couple here.
Good from Wardani. She's very strong in those lunging situations. Physically, she's she's in great shape, always has been.
She's quite lanky as well, isn't she?
Service over.
Just gets around, stretches.
3.
Yeah,
4.
I wouldn't call her lanky, but she's like half woman, half elastic band, isn't she? She's very rubbery.
Oh, we're going rubbery, are we?
Stretchy.
Okay. All right.
Flexible. Let's go with something that's
a
little bit more sporting official.
Flexible.
Lovely. Good net shot. Good follow-up.
5.
Yeah, I mean,
3.
Strength and conditioning work is key in badminton, and being able to be strong in those positions where in day-to-day life you wouldn't need to be. So a full lunge and recover, you know, you've got plyometrics, you've got core strength, you've got strength of glutes and quads in particular.
6. 3.
He's just a little stroppy there from Miyazaki with that point. It wasn't, you could see the idea, the execution didn't work, and she just really let it all out with her frustration at that. Shoulders dropped and she was swinging around.
I like some of these terms you're using today, Shazad. Lanky, stroppy. This is good.
7. 3.
Do you have an alternative for stroppy?
Probably things I can't mention on
Saying
air.
yeah. This is looking good for Wardani. Up by 4.
Too many mistakes. It's still there from Miyazaki.
So Bobby, she's on the perceivably or slightly easier end, as it were, right?
Yes.
Not as tricky, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And yet these errors are still cropping up.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that a clear went out fairly comfortably from that side hitting towards us there shows that the drift isn't that strong.
Right.
9.
But certainly
3.
on this court, and especially in singles, a lot of the game wins have been on that far side.
Correct.
And usually in singles, it's easier to play into a slight drift than it is to play with the slight drift.
She went long quite a bit, didn't she, on this end, Miyazaki, on this close end?
Well, she went long, she went wide, she went into the net. She got it all wrong at times, didn't she?
This is looking very good for Wardani now. And
again, that's so much time. She could have done anything there. She could have played an early net, she could have played an early lift, she could have played a deceptive net or lift or cross, and she hits it out of the court. Mentally, I know she's 19, but she's been playing at a very high level since she was 14 or 15. Mentally, she ought to be stronger. Well, we look back at An Young at 19, for example.
Oh, nothing gets through that. You know, that demeanor.
Well, she wears her heart on the sleeve to some extent. She looks very emotional when she's winning stuff, but when she's under the cosh, you don't see it. She just handles that well, and she makes far fewer errors.
Fault.
Wonderful, wonderful done
Service
there
over.
from
11,
Wardani,
4,
who is
interval.
cruising this second game. Let's face it, 7 points up with Miyazaki. Her game at the moment littered with errors. She's really got to pick it up. Let's see if the coach can have a word or two in Saika for the rest of this match.
An Young warming up in the practice hall. And Yamaguchi, in fact, are they on the same court? Must be on different courts. Full of smiles, why not? They're both through this and into the semi-finals. Yeah, they are on the same court. They should have a little exhibition doubles, I think, for some fun. Out again, there is a little bit of drift there. That did move from
12,
right to left
4.
by 4 or 5 inches.
Do you know what? I've not seen it move like that in the last 2 days.
No, it looked like it though, didn't it? I'm not imagining that.
Also, Bobby, I've got to say, Miyazaki's kind of in the zone where she was yesterday with An Young. Heads dropped.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of drift. It's not substantial, but if you attack
Service over.
Wardani's backhand corner,
12.
it could go long or wide or both.
That's better from her.
Much better. Controlled with the bit of slice.
A lot of work to do here for the Japanese shuttler. Down by 7.
We talked about pride being at stake as well as the difference in prize money for 3rd and 4th in the group.
Service over.
But I think more than that for these two. I mean, how old's
5.
Wardani?
25?
Yeah, so they're going to face each other for a long time yet.
23.
23.
Yeah.
So
there's a long way to go for these two.
Yeah, 7, 8 years. If Wardani's still fit into her early 30s, you know, Miyazaki behind her in age. At their next meeting, and the meeting after that, and probably the one after that, this matchup is still in their heads.
Yeah.
That's what I found as a player. If you've got the edge over a player, you feel so much more confident meeting them again.
14.
And equally, if a player or pair has beaten me the last time out, that plays in your head going into the next match whenever they meet. So let's say they have a good draw at the Malaysia Open or India Open coming up, 500s, 1000s, big tournaments on the World Tour, and they're in a semi-final or something. You want a good performance here today. You want to show that you can fight back. Miyazaki here, for example, could fight hard and still lose. But let's say she gets this back to 21-18 or something and loses.
Yeah.
If Wardani is facing her again in a couple of months' time, she'll have that in her head.
Correct.
Can't, you know, take the foot off the gas or know that your opponent could come back at you. So, you know, and there's that fear factor. There's that respect. Some people give players too much respect. And
well, conversely, if she loses in single figures today, and that's a much better shot, which is getting challenged.
Kusuma Wardani challenges.
She's never lost a game in single figures to Wardani.
Exactly, and that's got to play a part moving into forthcoming months and meetings.
What do you think of this one?
I like the fact she's challenged purely because mentally she's completely on top of Miyazaki right now, who's struggling. I thought it was in, and it is in. But
challenge unsuccessful.
Just the fact you can do that.
There's a bit of like, I'm not having that, Miyazaki. I'm going to challenge it. I don't think you're good enough. It's like a sort of like, nah, you didn't make that shot. You were lucky there. Yeah. You know. I don't think that was going on in Wardani's head. I think it hit the line, and so it's worth a challenge. But I'd like to think it was. Good control from Wardani.
Scrambling here. Should be finishing off, and
Brilliant.
she does.
Service over. 16.
Whopping 10-point lead.
And she's right to give it a bit of a cheer and a fist pump because she played every shot in that rally so well. Look how much Miyazaki's on the back foot, scrambling for these shots.
Yeah, she knows it.
Service over. 7.
It's okay. She's got a 9-point lead. That's the sort of standards she's setting herself. Disappointed with that shot, despite being in total control of this game.
In the singles events, coming fourth in the group, you're picking up $80,000 US. I mean, that's quite big on the World Tour, isn't it? So coming third in the group, 33.
8. 16.
Difference of 15. That's a lot. That's like the difference of being in the Super 300, winning it, or losing in the final. You know, it's big money.
First time she's got consecutive points in this game, Miyazaki.
Oh, off the back line, indecision. Gets away with it, Miyazaki. You so often see it. Ah, she's won the point.
9. 16.
Wow.
Oh, Wardani asking for the shuttle to be changed off camera, and Miyazaki looking at it, saying no. I like that.
Yeah.
That's clever from Wardani because, again, it just asserts herself as the more dominant of the two players. If Miyazaki had said, yeah, okay, I'll go and change the shuttle for you.
Service over.
There's a sort of acceptance. That too much respect thing.
Correct.
You know, Miyazaki's like, no, I've just beaten you there when you should have beaten me. I ain't changing the shuttle for you. Let's get on with this.
These are little things. Back. Yeah. So that 3-point run comes to an end. Doesn't get there.
18. 9.
Also, what I find quite interesting, Bobby,
19.
You look at Miyazaki,
9.
she's absolutely dripping. And a picture of discomfort, unhappiness. You look at Wardani, just cool and calm and collected, barely breaking a sweat at the moment. think it's just been that comfortable for her in the second game.
There might be an element of where they train and how much they're used to the heat.
Yeah.
This is certainly very cool conditions for Wardani.
20.
Look at this.
Match point.
11
9.
match points for Wardani.
Brilliant second game for the Indonesian.
She just looks unflustered. It's been excellent from her.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's asserting herself as...
From that 17-all moment when she took over that first game.
Yeah, Miyazaki capitulated a bit, didn't she?
37-9.
Lovely.
Brilliant. 38 points to 9 is how it's ended since Wardani was at 17-all in the first game. She's just cruised through this. And it's a bit of an ignominious end, I'm afraid, for Tomoka Miyazaki in her debut World Tour finals. Excellent job here from Putri Kusuma Wardani, who will finish third in Group A.
Good performance as well, and I think that will really set the tone for the next couple of meetings as well. I think Miyazaki is going to struggle against Wardani, at least if they both come out focused, because they both gave that everything. It's surprising how many mistakes Miyazaki made, really, but we have seen a lot of that from her.
First time that in 7 matches that Miyazaki has scored only in single figures against Wardani. This one's going to hurt a bit. Well, that is their World Tour finals over. Putri Kusuma Wardani of Indonesia beats Tomoka Miyazaki of Japan. 21-17, 21-9 in under 40 minutes. Up next, to complete Group A, it is An Se-young versus Akane Yamaguchi. Always a tasty encounter. Well, we talked about the architecture of Hangzhou. It is really quite stunning with the different shapes and sizes. Some of them are gravity-defying. Some of the performances here have also been equally stunning. And we've got 2 of the best players in the world in action right now. That is a lip-smacking tie, isn't it, in the women's singles? It will complete Group A action. As An Se-young, the top seed from Korea, the best player in the world. There's Akane Yamaguchi, the world champion, the 4th seed from Japan.